very seldomly do I ever review a case, but this is single-handedly, without a doubt in my mind, better than the Lee & 011 Dynamic Evo. And I'm going to be honest, the only reason that I got this case right here is because this thing has not been in stock at all on Amazon for the longest period of time. And I am so happy about that because of this case right here. Now, there's a couple of things that I do want to say. If you're into the RGB strip, Lee & has that. This case does not. If you kind of like that more rugged like feeling that this little bar here gives you, this case does not have that. It is all white. It is similar to the NZXT H9 Flow, but the difference between this one and the H9 Flow is it actually has the rubber grommets to make it look good. A case like this needs that sort of stuff in order for it to look good. And now I'm fully aware that the NZXT H9 is much more like the design of it, it's intended to be whatever, like it's intended for you to customize it. So I understand why they did that. But for the most part, most people are going to be building a computer, putting things in there, and routing their wires to where they want their wires to be. So if we come over here with the Lee, really the main difference is the rubber grommets are like, it's kind of like on the side. There's no rubber grommets down there. This one has the rubber grommets down there alongside on the top. This one has them on the top as well. But you can kind of see like the difference here is like like how the rubber grommets like kind of like go across. Now it does have, this is like all one thing. It's not like magnetic. It actually slides in there, which I personally prefer over the magnetic thing on the Lee. Real quick, just wanted to say that if you would like a PC from me, my Facebook business page is linked down in the description below. I do not charge you anything other than the cost of parts, which I do in fact give you a full list of everything with the final cost before I order it all with my own money. You do not pay me anything until you see the video, the performance, the benchmarks, and all of that kind of stuff. So again, link down in the description below. So something that I have not seen any companies, and I could be the only one here that deals with this, but I'm guessing that I'm not the only one that deals with this, is there's no like screen down here. Now I'm fully aware that you can kind of see there obviously is a panel, but like you can see I had to, oh my goodness, my phone. You see I had to put like metal magnetic things, and I even had to get like more hardcore magnets, because when you have 3 fans pulling in, dude, that is like it's pulling in a lot of air, so like it's pulling in dust as well, and that thing back there is absolutely not even close to what I would consider a filter. It definitely like blocks out the big chunky stuff, but it doesn't whatever. So something that I would like to test with this case is the zero cable motherboards. Nope, definitely not going to work. JK. Hopefully I know that was probably the worst joke I could have ever done. The reason I was joking about that is because this is very solid. It feels very premium, and it feels very premium because there's no holes. Like the cases now, there's a hole there, 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 there's this, the normal holes, then there's a hole there, then there's a hole there, and it's like, dude, either make your case for a normal motherboard or make your case for the zero cable motherboards, which I actually like. Corsairs, I guess it is kind of cool, but it does feel flimsy when you're building in those because of the amount of like cutouts that they have on them. The Lee, without a doubt in my mind, this is the second time that I have used this case. That's why there's nothing in there. But I genuinely, I wish that I would just like swap my stuff out and put it in that. I'm just too lazy to do that. Like I got to build my customer's computer over there. But yeah, man, I really highly recommend that thing. This is another new case. I'm still waiting on a lot of the parts for this computer build. But that's going to be a lower end computer that we're going to be doing. And I also have a couple of mini PCs that I want to test out. We have a 12900H, I think is what it is. And then I'm going to use an external graphics card adapter, and we're going to be tossing a RTX 4060 with that, and then we're going to also test it with my 4080. And I think that that's going to make a really fun video. It's just like testing like this little mini computer and then using an external. But I'm getting a little bit off topic here. Just overall, man, this is it's a really nice case. Like when have you seen me make a video on a case? There's like, I probably have like 4, but then I have hundreds and hundreds of like the actual full blown computer builds. There's not many cases that are worthy of creating like a review on them, because it's like, I'm just being honest, man. Like, there's been no case that has competed with the premium feel that Lian Li gives you. And when I say that premium feel that Lian Li gives you, it feels premium. Like, that's the only way that I can think to explain this. So let me use a different example for those of you that, whatever, may not understand where I'm going with this. You have a plastic fork and you have a metal fork. This plastic fork is very flimsy. You bend it, it's like it doesn't go into your food when you want it to. Sometimes you got to hold a little thing to like poke it into the carrot that you want to pick up. Whereas the metal fork, you just poop. It's like really solid. It's very premium feeling. It's very heavy duty. That is what the Lian Li case has always felt like. It's felt very like sturdy, very solid, very heavy, everything in this case feels premium. And there's been no other case that has done that for me. And this case has been out for quite some time now, so I know I'm kind of going back in the past here. But when back in my day, you see that little thing right there? You see that little front panel connector right there? That little black cable under the screw? See, back in my day, when not every single person on the planet had single wire to plug in. The reason I'm saying that is because this was the first case to do that. It is the most, like, I genuinely, like, I love building computers. I absolutely love building computers. Plugging in the front panel connectors destroys my love for building that computer. It is just that one little segment of 5 minutes to plug in those little wires individually into your motherboard's headers. It is the most frustrating experience in the world. And so when Lian Li made that one front panel connector, oh my goodness, from that point on, it was like the only case that I was using. Now it's pretty common for companies to do that. There are some like lower end brands and older cases that still have all like the 5 little wires that come up, but I'm genuinely being serious about that, bro. It was like a get the case or don't get the case situation for over a year, because it was the only case that was doing that. And for anybody else that is also, like, I'm not building these computers and stuff for me. Like, I actually like build computers for people. So I'm sure that like a lot of other companies or businesses that were building multiple computers every single day or whatever, even like 3 or 4 computers a week, that one little front panel connector, dude, it made it so much more enjoyable. And I'm guessing that a lot of other builders were in that same situation. Now, when I first started, another really cool benefit of these is like, I didn't do cable management. I just tossed it all in the back. Honestly, mainly due to I really like the way these extensions look, the power supply extensions, these white ones. I like the way that look. It looks so much better than the actual power supply cables. But the problem with that, dude, is it is nearly impossible to do cable management with those. And I'm saying that because, think about it. Just building a normal computer and just like trying to hide the power supply wires, normal power supply wires. Now magnify that by 2, because now you have twice the length of all those power supplies because of the extensions that you got. It still blows me away that there's not a power supply company out there that isn't just making their cables look like that out of the box. I don't understand why there's not a company that does that. It's probably an idea that I should do. But overall, man, this was like one of the longest pieces of content that I've made on a case in a very long time. But it genuinely is. It is just such a nice case, man. And if I have, I will have put footage of the other computer that we built in it, so that you guys can see what it looks like with a full-blown computer. But it literally looks identical. The only difference is this right here. Like, if you look at this is going to look the exact same way. It's just, that's a 14900K and a 4090. What we're going to be putting in this is a 7800X 3D and a 4070. But it's going to look pretty much the same. It's going to be all white. It's going to have a similar AIO. Actually, the AIO is something that I'm pretty excited to do with you guys, because it's like this. It's new. I've never used this, but I'm not going to make a video on that because I haven't used it yet, and I don't like to create content on things that I have not used, you know. So, but yeah, recommend that case 150%.